Manny had a great idea. A balloon-powered race car. We could build it ourselves. It would be epic. There was only one problem. The school science fair was only 2 weeks away. Yikes. Don't worry, said Greg. We can do this. We just need a plan. So we all put our heads together. Rolly, Manny and I brainstormed ideas. This was going to be awesome.
The excitement was palpable as the group gathered to bring their balloon-powered race car idea to life.
We all went to Rowley's basement. It was time to build our cars. The excitement was palpable as we gathered around the workbench, each of us brimming with ideas and enthusiasm. First, we looked around for anything we could use. The basement was a treasure trove of potential materials, and we were determined to find the best ones for our creations. Boxes, tape, string, balloons. We found all sorts of things that could be repurposed. It was amazing to see how everyday items could be transformed into something entirely new, even some of Rowley's old toys. We were like little inventors, seeing potential in everything around us. This was going to be interesting. The air was filled with anticipation and the promise of fun.
Manny wanted his car to look like a pirate ship. He was so focused, sketching out his design with a determined look on his face. Rolly wanted his to be a giant hot dog. He was already imagining how hilarious it would look zooming down the street. And me? I wanted mine to be sleek and fast like a real race car. I could already picture it winning races and leaving everyone else in the dust.
We worked for hours, cutting, taping, and arguing over whose car was going to be the fastest. The room was filled with laughter and the occasional friendly disagreement.
The basement buzzed with creativity and friendly competition. It was a hive of activity, with everyone deeply engrossed in their projects. As each kid crafted their unique vision, it was a day filled with imagination, teamwork, and the joy of creating something with our own hands.
Finally, our cars were ready for a test run. We had spent countless hours designing, building, and decorating them. Each of us had a unique vision for our car, and we couldn't wait to see them in action. We took them outside to Rowley's driveway. The sun was shining, and the excitement was palpable. We set up a makeshift track and lined up our cars, ready for the big moment. Manny's pirate ship barely moved. It kept tipping over. We tried to adjust it, but it was no use. The design was flawed, and it just wouldn't stay upright.
Rolly's hot dog car went in circles. It was hilarious at first, but then we realized he had forgotten to install a proper steering mechanism. He forgot to put a steering mechanism. Without it, the car was doomed to spin endlessly.
My car was the fastest. It zoomed down the track, leaving the others behind. But then disaster struck. The balloon popped and my car crashed into Rowley's mailbox. The impact was so strong that it left a dent. We learned a lot from our test run. We realized that building a race car was not just about speed. It required precision, balance, and proper mechanics. Mostly, we learned that building a race car was harder than it looked. There were so many factors we hadn't considered. With lessons learned and spirits still high, the group knew they had to head back to the drawing board for their next attempt. We were determined to get it right, no matter how many tries it took.
Race day was finally here. The anticipation had been building for weeks, and now the moment had arrived. Everyone had worked so hard on their cars, and the excitement was palpable.
We were all nervous. The tension in the air was thick as we waited for the race to start. Some kids were biting their nails, while others were pacing back and forth.
The gym was packed with kids and parents. The bleachers were filled to capacity, and everyone was buzzing with excitement. It felt like the whole town had shown up to watch.
Our cars were lined up at the starting line. Each one was unique, reflecting the creativity and hard work of its builder. The starting line was a rainbow of colors and designs.
The countdown began. The room fell silent as everyone focused on the clock. It felt like time had slowed down.
3, 2, 1, go! The room erupted in cheers as the cars shot forward.
Manny's pirate ship still tipped over right away. It was a disaster, but he took it in stride, laughing along with everyone else.
Rowley's hot dog car spun wildly before crashing into a folding chair. It was a spectacular crash, and the crowd gasped in unison.
My car was in the lead. I couldn't believe it. All the hard work was paying off. I could see the finish line. Victory was within reach, and my heart was pounding with excitement. But then I felt a pop. My heart sank as I realized what had happened.
The chaotic and hilarious scene at the race. Manny's ship has capsized, Rowley's car is entangled with a chair, and Greg looks on in despair as his balloon pops. It was a race day to remember, filled with laughter, excitement, and a few unexpected twists. Rowley's car is entangled with a chair, and Greg looks on in despair as his balloon pops. Despite the mishaps, it was a day of fun and unforgettable memories.
My balloon had popped. My car slowed to a stop.
I ended up getting second place.
Abigail Brown won. Her car was shaped like a giant flower, and it actually flew across the gym.
Even though I didn't win, it was still the best science fair ever.
We had so much fun building our cars and learning about science.
Plus, next year I'm totally building a car shaped like a giant cheese wedge. Just wait and see. The kids standing together, laughing and holding their cars. They are happy despite the race results, emphasizing the joy of participation and teamwork.